Et alors aujourd'hui, on essaie de faire le pronom he. Okay, so there are 8 pronouns coming your way. We will try our best to sort it out. So le pronom he, it's a Y, it's pronounced E. Alors les directives sont le pronom he veut dire there, to it or to them en anglais. On utilise le pronom he quand les mots qu'on veut remplacer représentent un endroit ou o plus une chose. Okay, so let me reverse. First of all, a pronoun is a word in a sentence that takes the place of a noun. That's what a pronoun does. Takes the place of a noun so you don't have to keep repeating it. So in this case, we're using there, to it, or to them. So there is a place. So if I was saying, which is hard to say in these times because we're not going anywhere, but if we were saying, I am at home. I am going to be at home for a long time. I'm sick of being at home. I don't want to be at home anymore. We wouldn't keep saying at home, at home, at home all the time. You'd replace it with the word there. So I'm at home. I'm going to be there for a long time. I'm sick of being there, whatever. So if we just like forget about quarantine for right now, first of all, you want to add in the pronoun is going to be used when it's a place or when you see a or o plus a thing. So if you're printing this work, then take your trusty highlighter and highlight this a ou o plus une chose. Okay. And then in le mot chez. Le mot chez veut dire at the home of or at the place of. So this pronoun is the first pronoun that you know. So every time you replace the underlined words with something, it's going to be E. But eventually you're going to have on, you're going to have lui, le, la, l'apostrophe, and lay. You're going to have 8 pronouns by the end of the semester. And once you get to the step where you have to figure out which of the 8 pronouns you have to use, this is going to come in handy. Right now, it's going to be pretty easy because this is the first one. So, les exemples, c'est je vais à l'arena à 6 heures. So, I'm going to the arena at 6 o'clock. Alors, si je voulais remplacer à l'arena avec un pronom, on va se servir du pronom I car c'est un endroit. So, if you wanted to replace à l'arena, to the arena, with a pronoun, you would replace it with I. So, je vais à l'arena à 6 heures va changer à 6 heures. Alors, nous allons Luke à l'école. We're going to go to Luke's house after school. Okay, alors, si vous voulez remplacer chez Luke, okay, because the underlined words are going to be taken out every single time. The whole point is to get rid of stuff that's underlined and replace it with a pronoun. Alors, nous allons chez Luke après l'école va changer à nous y allons après l'école. We're going to go over there after school. Okay? So, when we get going with all the pronouns mixed in together, the first is going to be figuring out what pronoun you want to use. So far, we just have the pronoun E, like the letter Y. So every single time on the back of this sheet, every single time you take out the underlined words, you're going to replace it with the Y. There's no guessing. But then we're going to add in another one, and then eventually there you'll have 8. So figuring out which one you want to use is half of the work, and the other half is figuring out where it goes in the sentence. So right now we've got 3 different kinds of sentences that we know. We have single verb sentences, which would be au présent or au futur simple. That just means that there's only one part to the verb. Okay? We know sentences with 2 verbs, like future proche or any sentence that's got 2 different actions in it. All right. And then passé composé, which passé composé is going to have the auxiliary verb and the past participle. And I'm probably some of you here, just be patient because once it all comes together and we're on the back, it's going to make more sense. So just be patient here. So, avec un verbe, mettez le verbe juste devant, mettez le pronom juste devant le verbe, au présent, au futur simple. So if the example was Hannah is going to the cafe, the coffee shop. So Hannah va au café. So you're going to get rid of the underlined words. The whole point is getting rid of it and replacing it with the Y. So you have to figure out between the word Hannah and the word va, which one is the verb. hopefully you can determine that va is the verb. Hannah va au café. Va, c'est le verbe, c'est l'action dans la phrase. So normally in class, I make people circle the verb. If you are printing it out, get in the habit of circling the verb before which you're going to put the pronoun. If you're just doing it online, then all you're going to do is find the verb and highlight it. So if you're look like this, va. C'est exactement le verbe est différent. Alors, ira so between and ira is just because it's too much, so it's a little bit strange. But okay, now don't worry about the fact that there's a y next to a vowel and all that jazz. So Hannah ira. Hannah will go there. She'll go there after school. Alors, dans une phrase avec deux, alors mettez le pronom juste devant le second verbe, l'infinitif, c'est-à-dire que quand vous avez deux verbes dans une phrase, vous allez avoir un verbe qui est conjugué et un verbe qui n'est pas conjugué. Un verbe qui n'est pas conjugué est un infinitif. Infinitif means it ends with the air, the er or the er ending. So these ones are the easiest ones to find because you're finding the verb that hasn't been messed around with yet. Okay. Alors, si la phrase a été Hannah va aller au café, she's going to go to the coffee shop. So now, like, forget about this because we know we're getting rid of this with the Y. The other half of the work is figuring out where it goes in the sentence. So Hannah va aller au café, you have to be able to recognize the fact that Hannah is not the action. Your choices are va and aller. So aller is what you want because it's one that ends with air. If there's two sentences, you're going to go for the conjugate. It's the one that's ending with er or er. So alors, ça va être si ça va être surligné. Alors, aller va être surligné. Okay, if you are doing this pencil paper, circle the aller. So Hannah va y aller. And don't get all tangled up about all these vowels. You don't need to worry about it. It's totally fine. Hannah va y aller. She's going to go there. OK, troisième cas, c'est un verbe composé, un passé composé. Dans une phrase où il y a un temps composé, mettez le nom juste devant le verbe auxiliaire for the avoir or the être part. So this is what people generally mess up the most. So if you've got a passé composé sentence, you're going to have the auxiliary part of the verb and the past participle part of the verb. So the auxiliary part is the one that you want. Now, normally I make people write out the verb avoir and être conjugated tense, so you got a page, and if you probably just read a page. God. Oh, it's not okay. So avoir conjugated in present tense. J'ai, il a, vous avez. Is j'ai, vous êtes là now. You should know those verbs by now. If not, they're on the back. First proposal I ever gave you. It's the four on the back. There's Alex fair and avoir. Oh much. Is it that if I just hit this computer with a hammer? Like, is that not a good idea? Because that's what I feel like doing right now. Okay, so alors le verbe auxiliaire c'est le verbe que vous voulez surligner. So Hannah cafe. So where did Hannah go? She went to the coffee shop. Which coffee shop? She went to Starbucks. Which Starbucks did she go to? She went to the one on Lake Street. You keep saying coffee shop over again. You get rid of it and you. So in this, you've got the A and LA. You want to highlight or circle A or the etrusc part. LA, especially this is where kids they go with ends. And so try to the LA, but that's not what you want. You want the etrusc, the hour, the etrusc. Okay, I'm gonna try one more time and it doesn't work. It doesn't work, but I'm trying to do this. That's why if you do have a printer and you have printer and paper, oh my gosh, this will just make your life way easier. Et voilà. Alors, je vais m'arrêter là. Je vais expliquer le dos.